Okay, so what I found is that people are just kind of overthinking things here. And really all it is it's going sentence by sentence, figuring out what's being said and who's saying it. So when I read the first sentence, handhelds contribute to computer vision syndrome, which causes eye strain, um, headaches, blurred vision, and dry eyes, according to the American Optimist. What is going on? Why am I stopping in the middle of reading something? I asked a question.
Because remember before, you said if I ate your death, kind of snack like masks and stuff. So I was telling her, don't eat your mask. And she kept eating mask.
It would probably be a good time to listen. Let's fix it now, so I don't have to spend the rest of this doing it. Again, this is why we never get to other subjects. So again, it's just going sentence by sentence. Now I have to start over and pick up, do this over again, which costs us more time. Handhelds contribute to computer vision syndrome, which causes eye strain, headaches, blurred vision, and dry eyes, according to the American Optometric Association. And then there's a period. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to think about this sentence. Is it important?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important because I think it's probably the best source that we have. So my source would be the American Optometric Association. And I would probably, if I'm being honest, abbreviate that the AOA. So on my crafting the claim sheet, right here I would have written the AOA, and then I'd have put a hyphen there, and I would have read what it said. It says, handhelds contribute to computer vision syndrome. The AOA says that handhelds contribute to computer vision syndrome, CVS. Hey, look at that, I abbreviated that. Which includes eye strain and headaches. You might have listed all of them. I'm only going to list a couple because I'm just summarizing. You might have done the blurred vision and dry eyes, but hey, I think that's enough. I can always quote it if I want to later. So then what I do is I go on to the next sentence. People who use mobile devices more often have a higher incidence of musculoskeletal disorders associated with the repetitive strain on muscles, including carpal tunnel syndrome, neck pain, tense neck, shoulder pain, and fibromyalgia. Okay, so now I'm going to think, is this important? What did we decide? How many of you use that as one of your pieces of evidence? I think it's a good one. I mean, it's talking about a health issue, right? Yeah, I would say that. So then I'm going to go back, and who's my source there?
Steve Apple.
Okay, so I'm going to put S, Apple. And he says that mobile devices lead to higher how can I spell that? I spell with a K. Musculoskeletal. What is it? Musculoskeletal disorders. And you can list them all if you wanted, but I don't think I have to. I'm just listing what he says, right? If you listed all the things, are you wrong? No, you maybe just wrote more than I did, because I can always come back and find these things. All right, now I'm going to go to the next sentence. And that's, I'm modeling here. If we do this again, the key is to go sentence by sentence. Now, sometimes you have to be smart enough to realize that some of the sentences are making the same point, like in the one we had the other day, where it talked about how we had 2 points and both of them were about how tablets can hold a lot of stuff. We can combine those. But none of these really fit together, I don't think. Now, the next one says students may pay attention to apps, emails, games, and websites instead of teachers. How many of you use this as evidence? My thinking on this is probably the weakest one that we have, because there's no evidence for it. It's just a hypothesis. We're saying, well, maybe this is what could happen. This might happen. Do we have any data for it? Even though we don't know where this data is coming from on the next one, that 87% of K-12 teachers, at least it tells me 87% of K-12 teachers. That's almost 9 out of every 10. Why does your pencil keep going like this? And then again, it goes like this. Why does that keep happening? It happened a couple times. Did it not? Why did it happen multiple times? Huh? It wasn't you, Mackenzie. Why did it happen multiple times? Yes, you do. You just don't want to say. Why did it happen multiple times? Maybe this is the second time I've talked to you in less than 10 minutes. Maybe it's time to stop doing those things. Now, if you used it, maybe that's okay. I'm not telling you it's bad. To me, it's probably the one, if I was only going to do 4 of the 5, it's probably the one I don't do. But if you did it, let's hear what you wrote down. Which groups used it? Raise your hand if you used this one. Okay, Braden, let's hear what your group put down. Rajan, I asked Braden. Okay, who's your source? Very good. And what did you paraphrase this? Okay, very good. I think that's a very good summary of it, Braden. Students will pay attention to their electronics instead of their teachers. Very good. If you have something monumentally different, I'll check it. I don't want to check somebody who said, instead of electronics, we said technology. It's the same thing. Okay? Okay, the next sentence says 87% of K-12 teachers believe that today's digital technologies are creating an easily distracted generation with short attention spans. How many of us use that? Did anybody get to it, or were we too busy arguing about how we should write things? I think we may have been arguing, some of us. Parker, you got there? Let's see what you put. Who's your source?
As Apple.
Very good. And how did you summarize it?
Teachers believe that technology
I think
is
it's
creating an easily distracted generation.
Very good. I think it's important to put 87% in there, Parker, because 87% is a very high percentage. Would we agree? If you didn't get that one done because you didn't get there, you probably want to get that down. I'm giving time to write that down if you need to.
87% of teachers, 87% of teachers believe that today's technology is creating an easy distraction for students. Steve Apple, it's different.
Okay, we're gonna look at the last sentence now. Hopefully you got that written down. I hear talking, so that hopefully means you're done writing. Better get going then. If you didn't do the 4/5 one, that's the one we're doing right now. I'm talking about the 87% one. That's when we were finishing up. Okay, the last sentence says, 4/5 of students aged 8 to 18 multitask while using digital media. Now, to me, that's where this sentence ties really well, maybe with the first one. If we were going to paraphrase later, because it's all by Steve Apple, right? Because here it's talking about how they'll pay attention to their emails, games, and websites instead of their teacher. Here it's talking about how if I gave you guys tablets and just let you have free reign on them, many of you guys would be looking at other things on there. If I just sat up here and didn't walk around, you guys would be all over the place on stuff that you probably find more interesting than a textbook, wouldn't you? You guys are great with technology. Some of you wouldn't. Some of you are probably would be on task, but a lot, and I'm not saying that in a mean way, it's just true. I mean, for goodness sake, I bet if you go to a adult class or a college class, that those people probably have other things up on their laptops or their tablets while they're in class. A news source, their Facebook, something, guaranteed. Absolutely guaranteed. But if you paraphrase this, how would you, Gavin, did you guys get this one done? Okay, so maybe we can just do it right now. Who's your source, Gavin? And Gavin, I'm going to ask you a question. Is there really a way to shorten this up? What could you take out if you wanted to shorten it up or to shorten it up? 4/5 of students aged 8 to 18 multitask while using digital media. What could you take out if you wanted to shorten it up a little bit? Take a shot at it. If you're wrong, it doesn't matter. It's not graded. No one's going to worry about it. Excellent. That's exactly what I would take out. Listen, guys. 4/5 of students multitask while using digital media. That's the only way I can see that you could shorten this up. Porter. You could take that out too. 4/5 of students multitask. No, you need while. It doesn't make sense without it. 4/5 of students multitask using digital media while using digital media. I think that sounds better. So get that one written down, then we gotta craft our claim. Next step is crafting our claim.
Mr.
Yeah.
Rock, if we already have 4 down, do we need to put that one down?
Nope, you wouldn't have to, Parker. I said you only need to shoot for 4. What's up, Hadley? You have about 3 minutes to get your claim written down. Then I'm gonna start drawing sticks to hear them.
Portraits of students multitask while using a digital camera.
I think we're gonna have to switch some partners up.
Some teachers using today's technology is creating easy distractions for students. Community help. Well, first of all, you have to write down
Got about a minute to finish up. In the article, Eye Strain by Steve Apple, he claims, okay, time to hear what you have to say. Maddie, what did you come up with? You may be muted.
Who did you say?
Maddie, if she's on. I thought she was on.
Yeah, sorry. I was letting my dog out because I'm alone.
Okay, understand.
I said in the article, Eye Strain by Steve Apple, he claims that social media or school social media can cause physical complication and can be a distraction for students.
I think that's really great. I think that's, guys, hey, I thought we were sharing and listening at this point. Boy, this was a video that I'm not super excited to put online. The misbehavior is ridiculous. The lack of discipline. Maddie, that was a really great job. Can you say yours again, please?
In the article, I Strain by Steve Apple. He claims that social media can cause physical complication and can be a distraction for students.
Okay, instead of social media, what I might use, Maddie, just as a suggestion, is too much school technology.
Okay.
Because social media just implies things like Facebook and Twitter and things like that. Blake, what did
Okay.
your group say? How about give me what you have and we'll finish it. That's all you got?
I have one. In the article I Strain by Steve Apple, he claims if technology is in the classroom, it can be a distraction to students' learning.
Okay. And I think it also causes physical impairments. What's the word they use? I guess physical ailments is what I would maybe use because they talk about computer vision syndrome and musculoskeletal disorders, so maybe physical disorders. Radley, what did you have? You can hurt your body looking at a screen and what? Okay, you guys were giggling over there a lot. I thought you probably had it all done. I just thought you'd have more done. I didn't really want to get into a discussion of it. I just thought we'd have more for as much as we were giggling and being off task. I think that what you're missing there is, and again, it comes down to too much technology, I think is our cause, or excessive technology maybe would be another. Excuse me, I'm talking. Excessive technology would maybe be another way to say that. And you had could cause you some physical ailments, but could also be a distraction in the classroom. Does anybody have something fundamentally different that they want to share? Hey, no more. Right now, I just, from there, zip. Not a word right now. Roger, go for it. Great. Kids can get distracted by the technology. I don't remember the exact word you used, but I think you did a good job, and can have some side effects, physical side effects. Very good, Roger. Okay, so we need to put this away for now. People on the Zoom, I'm going to stop the Zoom or the